All right, I want to explain a little bit about Ziplocs. It's a question I get a lot. Couple questions actually. First one, how do I sterilize a Ziploc? You don't. They come already sterile in the box and they're sealed. So nothing has ever been in here. When we dump stuff in it, we do it in the still air box, or you can do it in front of a flow hood, and you never have to worry about these. They're already sterile. Second question, can I use Ziplocs to sterilize grain or other stuff? No, they always melt. You can use, if you wanted to, the vacuum bags. And by that I mean these. You buy a roll for those vacuum sealer machines. They come in different widths and lengths, and you can seal them with an impulse sealer. One of these babies, impulse sealer. They come different sizes. This one is not long enough, so when I've made some experiments with these, and I have to do it twice from one side then the other. But this to me is too complicated. I'd rather use jars if I'm making popcorn, grain spawn. I use mason jars, and like I've shown you in my popcorn grain spawn video, and then dump this in the Ziploc. The good thing about using it this way is that you don't need to modify the lids. You could even not use a lid if you wanted to, just use aluminum foil, let it cool down inside the pressure cooker. Then when it's cooled down, open the pressure cooker, take this out straight into your still air box, so nothing has gotten in there. But there's no problem with using a lid. Like always, leave it just loose, aluminum foil on top, pressure cook it, then take that into your still air box. Some pizza sauce comes in these really cool mason jars. I always save them. The only problem with these is that they don't have the wide mouth like these. So if you're gonna dump something from here, it gets stuck in the narrow neck of the mouth. Now, the other thing I need to address is I prefer the Great Value brand for a couple reasons. One, I talked about this a little bit before. I really like this. This gives us the exact seal that we want when we put the tape on it, because when you open it, this part here is where the air is going to go in and out. And another thing is the handy dandy easy fill. See that bottom, how it's rectangular? Ziploc may have some of those, I'm not sure, but that's what I like about these. If you notice, they make that rectangular base, so they stand and they're nicer when you fill them. But the most important thing for me is this, which the Ziploc brand does not have. For example, these don't have the wide bottom. So if you fill them, see, they don't have that. You can't make, you have to mess with them to stand them. But the thing I like least about is this. They put this lip here so that it's easier to open. See that? That curve right there. In order for me to use the tape, I have to manicure these. So what I do is I take this part and I cut it down. So let's show you here. I go down to the first line. You have like 3 in total, 2 down here. So I go down to the first line there. Hopefully you can see that. And I start cutting on this side, and I just cut all the way across. There. So now I've created the little lip that I like. This, now we have it here. So now when I put the tape, I get the same effect. What I still don't like is the fact that they're both sides are blue. And this one, I'm so used to them. One side is clear, the back side is clear, the long side, and the front side is blue. So when I look at it from the front, I know that this is the shorter size, which is great. All right, let's say you don't have access to one of the great value bags that I like. I'm going to show you how to fix that. First, let me show you the difference. I need the popcorn. Okay, now look at this. You see that squarish base? And it lays flat very well on the bottom. Now let's switch it to this one. Don't run away. This one also lays flat, but look at this. In order to do that, it pokes these two corners out. It doesn't really lay flat, it's still very thin. Get some tape. Take our corner, not too big of a fold. Fold it up, tape it down. And we get that square right there. Now this bag is smaller, so I can't tape it too far up or it'll deform. It'll then do this thing again. Please take the other side. Take another piece of tape. Take our little corner. See that? We're tipping it from the bottom. Fold it up. And you want to line up this line. Don't make it crooked to either side. And then we got our 2 square corners. See that? And it lands nice and flat, see? With a square bottom. Look at that. Very simple.